It's the 2nd of December 2023. Absolutely freezing last night. Had to de-ice the car today. But I'm heading to Manchester for Sachas record fair, a Christmas record fair. Not that they're likely to be selling Wham/Christmas, but who knows. Anyway, I'm heading into Manchester, so let's head for the train and see what happens at Sachas record fair. You won't be surprised to hear the trains were running late. It's standard here. They're always late. But once in Manchester, it was absolutely packed with shoppers, as you would expect it to be. Fortunately, the venue is only a 10-minute walk from the station. Sachas doesn't have a great reputation as a hotel, to be honest. But once in the hotel, it's really easy to find the record fair, as there is loads of signage. However, the room was absolutely freezing. Freezing. There's a door to the outside that is always open in order to attract passers-by. Good for the business and the traders. But with temperatures around the freezing point, rifling through boxes of albums was painful. I visited a couple of traders, one of whom was new to me, and did some bargain bin diving. As always, my criteria is that the vinyl has to be in excellent condition. I'm less fussed about the cover, but I don't really want it falling apart. The vinyl's got to be good. I was only in there a short time. It was too cold. But that bargain bin diving was hugely successful and I came away with a fine haul. So let's get into what I purchased and I'll give you my total spend at the end of the video. So, time to roll the sleeves up. There's quite a few to get through here. First of all, Mandre from the late 70s. This is on Motown. Soul inspired, very keyboard driven, some synthesizer work on here. Really enjoyed this when I used to listen to it. Terry Callier, folk singer, well, folk soul, very smooth vocals. Thoroughly enjoy his work. Saw him at the Band on the Wall in Manchester. Really looking forward to listening to this album. And this album is called Turn You to Love. Next, Weather Report, Heavy Weather. Great album, jazz fusion, funky and a little bit. Jaco Pastorius on this, superb work. So those were all the expensive albums that I bought. Tell a lie, there's one more. Boston. I think this one came in at £12. This is Boston Third Stage. I have it on CD. I've never seen it on vinyl before. I mean, I saw it on vinyl when it was released in '85, but I haven't seen it for a long, long time. It's a phenomenal album as well. In fact, I think I prefer this because the sound quality is just next level. Right, now we go into the bargain bins. Bargain bins are where you get 3 for a £5 or 5 for a tenner or something like that. So first one out, Judy Zook, Turning Stones from 1989. Superb album. Well, the first track on each side is superb. Turning Stones and Modern Killers, which is all about whale hunting, are the really standout tracks on this. Styx, Cornerstone. Let's see now. This one has, what's the big single on this? I can't remember. Oh, Babe. Babe was the big single on this. The rest of the album is excellent. I find Babe a little bit soporific, to be honest. 10cc, Live and Let Live. Recorded in, I think it was recorded in London. Great album. Standout tracks for me are The Second Sitting for the Last Supper and Honeymoon with B Troop. Both of those great songs. The whole album's pretty good as well. It's a double. I think this was in the 5 for a tenner pile. Superb. Next, Jeff Beck with Jan Hammer. This is called Flash. It's also a promo copy. Property of CBS. Well, it's not property of CBS any longer. It's mine. Barclay James Harvest, X11, 12. Superb album. Berlin is an absolutely stunning track on this. A Sip of Wine is also superb. And it comes with a poster. I haven't seen one with a poster before, so glad to pick that up. Next up, Barclay James Harvest, Early Morning Onwards. This is a compilation album, German compilation album. I seem to be collecting Barclay James Harvest compilation albums because they put a lot of them out there. And Germany especially, because they were hugely popular in Germany. Ooh, too much reflection. Godley and Cream, Ism. Big Snackers, Under Your Thumb and Snack Attack and Wedding Bells are the big songs on this album, but still really good. A very adventurous, very progressive band. Or couple of guys, I guess. April Wine, Harder, Faster. The big song on this was I Like to Rock. There's a dreadful cover of 21st Century Schizoid Man on this, but the rest of the album's pretty good. Manchester band, Sad Cafe, Misplaced Ideals. Right, so I think this is kind of a little bit of a compilation album because it has Black Rose on it. This album came out in 78. I thought Black Rose was on Thanks to Ra, but I'm probably wrong. But yeah, Misplaced Ideals, Sad Cafe, Manchester band. We did produce other bands besides Joy Division, Oasis and the Stone Roses, and the Smiths. So there you go. Right, next, Steve Hillage, Motivation Radio. This, I believe, is a first pressing as well. And originally, it was sold by Cobb Records for £2.75. I got this for £1. Todd Rundgren. Love Todd Rundgren's work. Very immersive at times. You never know what you're going to get with him. His styling is all over the place. But this is a great album. Remember this coming out in 78, 79? The Police, Ghost in the Machine. What can I say? Spirits in the Material World, Every Little Thing She Does is Magic, Invisible Sun, Demolition Man. All great songs. Real glad to get this in the collection as well. Sammy Hagar, before he was in Van Hagar, or Van Halen. And great album. Run for Your Life, I think, and Bad Reputation are the really great songs on this album. Next, Vandenberg. Vandenberg are actually playing at it's not Firestorm anymore, is it? It's Firebolt Festival in Manchester next year. Going to look forward to seeing them. More of the Police, Regatta de Blanc, and The Message in a Bottle and Walking on the Moon. Really great songs. The whole album's really good. I had it on CD once before. I was very fortunate that I was at Reading Festival in 1979, where they debuted Message in a Bottle for the first time. That was a great performance. Peter Gabriel 2, still with the original shrink wrap on it. This is another superb album. Didn't have any big singles on it like Salisbury Hill from his first album, but it's a really great album, produced by Robert Fripp as well. Some stunning sonic work on this. Right, The Enid, Something Wicked This Way Comes, and this is this was released on their own label as well. It's all upside down. Really pleased to get this one. I already had it as a re-release, and I originally had this on, I think I had it on cassette when it came out, so I'm glad to get the original on vinyl now. Penultimate record, Barclay James Harvest, on a bit of a Barclay James Harvest tip at the moment. October, and possibly their biggest album. What's the Polk Street Rag, Rock and Roll Star, Suicide, Mayday and Ra, superb songs. And finally, Brand X, Livestock. Been looking for Brand X for a while. I seem to be just getting the same album cropping up all the time, rock and roll. And what I'm after are the other albums. So I'm really, really pleased to get this. So there we go. How much do you think I spent on this? There were 23 albums, 23 or 24 albums. But based on 23 albums, it was a £79 spend, and that worked out at £3.43 per album, which I think is pretty good. That would be about £3.90 in US dollars, approximately. So, do you think I got a good haul or not? Be interesting to hear what you think. Would you have bought any of these? Do you go bargain bin diving? Leave a comment, subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.